An irrevocable trust is an excellent estate planning tool depending on what your situation is. It often is used by people who have a large amount of assets, taxable estate issues. So an irrevocable trust, just like it sounds, how is it different than a revocable trust? Well, an irrevocable trust is a trust you create during your lifetime, but you're not supposed to change it. It is irrevocable. So you have to go into it thinking it's not a trust that I'm going to be able to change or revoke, change my mind. That's why most people for typical estate planning don't do irrevocable trusts. However, if you are somebody that has a taxable estate, and when I'm talking about taxable, I'm not referencing the Washington estate tax amount, which is $2.193 million here in 2023. I'm talking about the federal level, which is $12.92 million per person in 2023. And just like all tax laws, we don't know if that's going to stay the same or if it's going to change, what Congress is going to do with it in 2026. Unknown. But for folks that have, more than $12 million, they may consider putting all their assets, or the assets that make sense, put them in an irrevocable trust. Now, why would they do that? Well, when you take your own assets, you're the grantor, you put them into an irrevocable trust, you've given away your assets for estate tax purposes. So when you die, they are not going to be counted as yours. Irrevocable trusts have a lot of purposes to them, a lot of effects, but one of the primary is to avoid having that asset be considered yours when you die. You gave it away to this trust. You gave away, for example, $12 million, and on your death, then the assets in that trust aren't counted as yours. What if, the assets you gave away were stock and they are going to increase, or a startup business or something that's intended to increase? That's often why irrevocable trusts are used. But one of the things that I want to be really clear about today is when we are talking about will versus trust today, we are not talking about irrevocable trust. That's a topic in itself. Irrevocable trusts are great for tax avoidance, for creditor protections, they can be used also for long-term care planning, but it's not what we're talking about today.